Jake Masengale for Indiana facing off against Drake Stein of Purdue. Stein, the redshirt senior out of Francisco, Indiana, and Masengale, the redshirt sophomore out of Indianapolis, Indiana, wrestled at Perry Meridian High School.
Yeah, I don't think this is really where Indiana wanted to be at this point of the matchup. But like you said, this is a place where they can make up some points right here.
For Indiana to cut through the lead, they'll need a tech fall, 2 tech falls, a pin and a tech fall, or 2 pins in the last 2 matches. So it looks a little bit inevitable for Indiana at this point, but it is possible. It is possible to cut into that lead, but it looks like Purdue might have this one clinched at this point. But we still have 2 more matches, so all kinds of wonderful action to bring you. And a deep shot there for Stein. Masengale scrambling, turns into a double leg. No takedown awarded as they fell out of bounds at the end of that series. So Masengale got a little lucky on that one. Just a minute into this matchup, already getting scared by Stein.
Like you said, Masengale, redshirt sophomore out of Perry Meridian, and he actually led the Perry Meridian High School to 3 state champions. So he was a great leader back in high school, and he's trying to get a few more wins under his belt here at Indiana University.
Masengale did end up defeating Josh Fox by a decision. And Josh Fox for Ohio State, not a bad wrestler, but when they went to visit Penn State, he did get completely dominated. If I recall, it was either a high-end major decision or a tech fall. So it just shows how big the gap between teams like Ohio State and Indiana are between them and Penn State. Masengale looking for a little bit of a hip toss type thing, but couldn't quite get it to go. Masengale working on his sprawling to keep Stein out from those shots. The head control working for neither wrestler at the moment. So Masengale will just go right in for a bear hug. I've seen him do that technique before, and it's worked, but I don't know that he has enough control over Stein yet to pull that off. And it looks like Stein tried another hip toss, but out of bounds they go, so back to the middle. Another 30 seconds left here in the first period. Masengale working on a sprawl, nothing coming from it, so they'll move back up into their stances. Head-to-head action probably will stay that way for the final 5 seconds of the first period. So we'll move into the second period. Score still knotted up at 0. Opportunity for Indiana to break into their deficit at the moment, 10-point deficit as a team. Stein looking to clinch the victory for Purdue with this win, should he do so. Masengale on bottom, Stein on top. Masengale quickly looking for that escape, can't quite get it to go. Stein had control of that leg the whole time. So back in the middle, Masengale still on bottom, just 6 seconds into the second period. Masengale working to stand up, working on releasing the hands, but back to the mat he goes after Stein lifts him up and slams him back down. Masengale, another stand-up attempt going. Same thing happened again. Man, he cannot get away.
He can, and he's trying to, but Stein just keeps throwing him back down.
Stein, a very good top wrestler, always has been. His fastest pin in his career was 57 seconds versus Alec Brown of Northern Illinois. So he's been known to make some quick moves going on. So we could see quick moves happen here. And I think so far we have seen him move pretty thriftily. And a quick single leg And back down Masengale goes to the mat, but out of bounds again, so they'll reset in the middle. Just over a minute to go here in the second period.
Now, are you surprised that it's still scoreless this far into the match?
I am a little bit. I think Masengale has done a very good job this season of scoring. He's only ever been shut out, I believe, twice this season. And he'll keep that streak going. He does get the escape point, but it does surprise me that it took this long, 4 minutes, to get that first point. I think both wrestlers have done a very good job of keeping their distance from each other and not allowing the other to do anything spectacular. Stein did do a very good job of keeping on top for the 49 seconds that he did. He does lead in riding time, and he takes a deep shot, lifts him right up, slams him back down. That technique has been seen before. Stein now leading 2-1, and it looks like Masengale got a little bit knocked on that one. A little grimace going on.
Yeah, it's got to be tough for Masengale. He's been thrown down a few times so far today, and Stein keeps picking him up and tossing him back down.
That's never a fun occurrence. If you ever wrestled, you understand how draining a throw back to the mat is. And it's definitely not something that Masengale really wanted, but it looks like he will get the escape point here with 26 seconds left to go. So 2-2 tie. Stein and Masengale knotted, looking to secure something for Purdue. Stein is. Masengale just trying to do anything he can to hold off. No points awarded there on the move out of bounds. Still 2-2. Both wrestlers still working head to head, trying to gain any kind of control, but time is ticking away in the second period. So into the third period we go.
Into the third period we go, and it's tied up here. What do you think that they're really going to do to get the advantage?
I mean, Masengale has got to work for a pin. That's really the only thing that can happen at this point if he wants to keep Indiana in this match. But Stein just really needs to hold on, maybe get a reversal or an escape or something like that to well, there you go. There's the escape for Stein, but he's got to hold off and keep his lead now that he has it for the final minute 45. Anything that Stein wins with in this one will secure the win for Purdue, so the Boilermakers looking quite favorable at this point. Masengale trying to work inside. Can't get inside, but he does go for the single leg, but a great sprawl from Stein keeps him. Reset in the middle. Stein leading 3-2. Masengale has got to do something to get him back down to the mat. Stein doing a good job of keeping Masengale at a distance, not allowing him to get any kind of offensive momentum going. Masengale hasn't really done anything in the offensive regards. Only 2 points this match, both coming from escape points, but a deep, deep single for Masengale, but nothing's going to come of it. It looks like Stein working his way around, trying to do a spin, but Masengale does get around, and he does get the 2 points. Masengale takes the lead 4-3. The riding time ticking away as we speak, under a minute, so Stein will not get that extra point. 20 seconds to go. Masengale giving the crowd something to cheer about, but Stein does get the escape. So a 4-4 tie, 10 seconds to go. Stein going to take a quick shot, but Masengale almost throws him down straight to the back. No points awarded. No points awarded in the third period for Stein on that one. A really good attempt moving in, trying to get that takedown in the final 10 seconds though.
Yeah, it really was.
So we will have our first overtime period. First to a takedown will be declared the winner in sudden victory. So we'll have one period of sudden victory and then move into two 30-second periods where each wrestler gets a chance on top and bottom. But Stein looking for the shot. Masengale counters, and it will be a 2-point takedown. So Jake Masengale gets the win in sudden victory.
And that was a really great job by Masengale, being really aggressive and getting the victory in that one.